$100,000. Say it out loud for a second. Not as a goal, as a number that's sitting somewhere between you and financial freedom. And right now it feels less like a milestone and more like a different planet. You've watched the first 2 episodes. You understand the drains. You understand the current. You know your money is flowing away from you through a system that was designed before you got here. You understand all of it, intellectually, and you're still broke. Here's why. Understanding the river was never the hard part. Standing in the right spot in it is. You've probably tried this before too. Opened a savings account, put in $200, felt that little jolt. Okay, this time I mean it. 8 months later, you check it. $11. And you genuinely can't name the one thing that pulled it back down. It just went. That's not a willpower problem. Don't let anyone sell you an app for that. That's you doing the right thing in the wrong gate. So, here's the question you've actually been sitting with. Probably since Sunday. Fine, Marcus. I get the river. Where do I actually stand in it? That's this one. 5 moves. Not theory. The order things actually have to happen in. Between broke and your first 100,000. And the 5th one is going to sound completely insane for a finance video. Stay for it anyway. It's the one that works. And it's the one almost nobody does. Here's the part nobody tells you. The first 100,000 doesn't reward effort. It rewards sequence. Do the right things in the wrong order, and the whole thing resets. Save before you've stopped the bleeding. Resets. Invest before you can afford to be wrong. Resets. I've watched people put in 5 real years and end up exactly where they started, because they skipped a gate and never noticed. I call this the order. 5 gates. You don't get to skip one because you're excited about the next. Gate 1. The floor. If you're genuinely broke, the account hits 0 before the month does. Not, could be tighter with budgeting broke. None of episode 1 applies to you yet. You don't have a lifestyle drain problem. There's nothing there to drain. What you have is a skill problem. One skill. Learn something people will actually pay for, and get uncomfortably good at it. Not dabble. Not take a course and see how it goes. The way you'd learn it if rent depended on it. Because it does. And while you're doing that, this part matters more than the skill. Don't add anything new to carry. No new subscription. No new payment plan. Nothing that needs feeding every month. You're not building a lifestyle yet. You're building a floor. Work, eat, sleep, get better. That's the whole assignment. I know how unglamorous that sounds. It's supposed to. Nobody's making a highlight reel out of Gate 1. But every person I've met who built real money had a stretch like this. Boring, almost embarrassingly so, where they just got good at one thing. Gate 2. Stop the bleeding. If you're not in Gate 1, you've got a job, a paycheck, some income, and you're still hitting 0 by the 22nd, you're not broke. You're draining. Go watch the last episode if you haven't, because this gate is built entirely on it. Fix the lifestyle drain. Automate the percentage before you ever see it. And save. Actually save, not have good intentions about saving. Until you've got ground under you. Enough that one bad week doesn't send you back to 0. Honestly, first time I hit 10,000 saved, I found something to spend it on, almost immediately. New laptop I didn't need. I think I needed to prove the number wasn't real, somehow. Took me 2 more tries before I could just let it sit there. Let it be boring. That's Gate 2. Not exciting. Just necessary. You can't build anything on ground that keeps sliding out from under you. Gate 3. The next door. Here's where it gets interesting, and where most people, if they're honest, have been stuck for years without knowing it. Skill in place. Some savings in place. And somewhere around here, a question starts showing up. Usually around 11 at night. Usually sounds like, is there a way this pays me without me trading every single hour for it? That's Gate 3. And the answer isn't, quit your job, start a business. It's smaller than that. Some small venture, a real product or service, something people actually need, that you can manage alongside what you're already doing. You're not replacing your income. You're building a second one, quietly, while the first one still covers your life. People romanticize this gate the most and walk through it the least, because it means being boring on 2 fronts at once. Still doing the job, still doing the unglamorous thing, and now a second unglamorous thing running underneath it. Gate 4. Deploy. Now, and only now, you own something. I'm deliberately not going to tell you what. For one person, that might be a small business they actually understand, inside out. For another, a partnership with someone whose judgment they trust more than their own excitement. For someone else, it's an asset. They've spent real years learning, not 3 days researching. That's a different conversation, and it's not this one. What I will tell you is the filter. Money you can afford to lose without it touching your floor. Time you won't need back in 6 months for something urgent. And enough understanding that if it went to 0 tomorrow, you could actually explain why it happened. If those 3 don't line up yet, you're not in gate 4. You're in gate 2, wearing gate 4's clothes. That's how people wipe out early, every time. Gate 5. Give. Okay, this is the one I told you would sound insane. Once you're standing on your own floor, running a second income, holding a real stake in something, you give some of it away, deliberately, to people who actually need it. Not tax strategically, not for a plaque, just give. Even if you're broke and you can afford to give a penny. I know how that sounds, sitting next to invest and build a second income. It sounds like it belongs in a different video, the spiritual one. But I'll tell you what I've watched happen, over and over, in people who actually reach this gate. Doors open from directions they never once considered. A client, a partnership, an opportunity that had nothing to do with the money they gave, that showed up anyway, from somewhere they weren't even looking. I'm not going to explain that one to you with a spreadsheet. Some things you just have to test yourself. I'm daring you to. Genuinely. Try it and watch what happens. Here's the part I want you to sit with, though. Not a warning. Just the math. Every year you spend stuck between gates. Doing gate 2 work while calling it gate 4. Skipping gate 1 because it's boring and reaching straight for the exciting part. That year doesn't disappear. It compounds against you the exact same way saving compounds for you. A year lost in the wrong order isn't a year. It's whatever that year would have become. I'm not saying that to scare you. It's just sitting there, whether I say it or not. Here's what actually shifts once you see it laid out like this. You stop asking, how do I get rich? The question stops making sense, because rich was never one event you were waiting on. It stops being a number and starts being a gate, one you're standing in front of right now, tonight. The first 100,000 was never built with money. It's built with the person who can hold money, through 5 gates, without turning back. Look at your actual life tonight, not your goals, your life. Which gate are you standing in front of? Next week, the only 7 businesses I'd consider starting in 2026. Not theory. The exact ones I'd pick, and why. See you there.